Some of you may remember the name of former Archbishop of St. Louis Raymond Burke from his 2004 campaign to encourage bishops to deny communion to Catholic U.S. politicians who supported abortion rights. A campaign which was never extended to politicians who monger war or cut social funding, also in opposition to church doctrine. Burke, who was also vocally opposed to gay marriage, rose to the rank of cardinal under former Pope Benedict, who appointed the cardinal to the Vatican's Supreme Court and to a seat on the Council for Bishops, a powerful station in charge of appointing bishops worldwide. However, since the appointment of Pope Francis, Burke has been openly critical of many of the new pontiff's ideas, notably the Pope's suggestion last year that openly gay church members may be considered welcome to receive communion. So, it was unsurprising when the pontiff first removed Burke from his seat on the Bishops' Council and then recently demoted him from his role on the Supreme Court of the Holy See to a figurehead position as patron of the Sovereign Military Order of Malta, a charitable group within the church dealing with care for the elderly. In northern Greece, there are 250 monks very unhappy with the Istanbul Ecumenical Patriarch's decision to seek better relations with the Vatican. In fact, they are so displeased that they decided to break from the Greek Orthodox Church itself, calling Patriarch Bartholomew a traitor. The monks belong to the 1,000-year-old Epiphanes monastery located on Mount Athos near the Macedonian capital of Thessaloniki. Patriarch Bartholomew has declared the 125 monks schismatic and recently got a court order authorizing the eviction of the monks from an apartment in Thessaloniki, which they say was used as an infirmary. On October 31st, police raided the place and arrested a monk reportedly battling cancer. The raid represents just one step of many in the dispute between Patriarch Bartholomew and the Epiphanes monks, who claim that as soon as one of them leaves the monastery to seek out food or medicine, he is immediately arrested and dragged to court. Meanwhile, they seem to be getting the support of the U.S. State Department's International Religious Freedom, which has been citing Greece's actions in its yearly report. The St. Petersburg authorities have refused to officially recognize the Church of Scientology as a legal entity for nearly 2 decades. The battle for recognition started back in March of 1995. The Scientologists claim to have applied on 6 different occasions between 1995 and 2003. 2 years before their first request, they were told that the application had to be sent to one of the State Duma's committees for evaluation. However, since the committee never made a decision, the St. Petersburg authorities simply closed the file. In August 2003, Scientologists went to a district court which ruled 2 months later that the rejections were illegal. A 2006 appeal was just as unsuccessful. Disappointed, the applicants went to the European Court of Human Rights in November of the same year. Although Russia freely admitted to violating the group's religious rights, it claimed that the decision not to recognize Scientology as a church was based on state law and security reasons. Although it took 8 years for the case to come to a conclusion, the European Court has finally ruled in favor of the Church of Scientology and awarded it €7,500 as compensation for moral damages.